at Pat's Acres. Then August 16th will be the next one, and that'll be in conjunction with the Northwest Gold Cup. And then the 22nd will be the second night race for Pat's Acres. September 19th will be the MAC night race. So there's 3 night races going on this summer. That's pretty awesome. And so looking forward to watching those. Boy, if you haven't been under the lights or raced under the lights, it's just nothing like it. And I'm sure our guest, if you're just joining us, is going to be Molly Helmuth at 8 o'clock, and she can tell us all about what it's like racing at night under the lights, because she does it almost every weekend up at Evergreen. So something I really want to talk about, this is very serious. You guys are going to go, but it is. I mean, we spend dollars and dollars and dollars on trick race parts and new motors and rods and heads and blocks and every other kind of stuff. We spend big money on that stuff. But when it comes to protecting ourselves, it seems as though we don't really think of it like we do our race engines. We just kind of, skimp by and just do barely what's necessary. I'm going to tell you, if you don't think so, all it takes is once, and it can happen to you. And even though you think it won't, I mean, we've had a great safety record. I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong, but, like in Earnhardt's case, it doesn't always need to be a big, massive crash to do some serious damage. So take heed, because I was doing some stuff. The new, for your helmets, the new Snell certification is already underway. So in October of 2015, the SA 2015 certification is going to be standard. It's going to take effect. But they're already working on that now. But they did have some advice to the safety and tech guys that take care of that, is you should accept all helmets that are in good condition, that are still within their recommended time of usage, with certification at the current or immediate previous Snell standard. So in other words, what is it? 2010 is the latest, and so you should accept that. And you can accept the 2005, which is the immediate previous. It's okay if it's within the limits. They recommend that you replace those every 5 years. So, so if you whack it once, you probably need to send it in or think about, getting another one. I mean, it just, don't even take any chances there. But they also said many of the 2010 Snell approved, if it hasn't been damaged and is within the 5 years of usage, it's going to be good. I mean, it's you probably don't need to replace it just yet, so you don't have to run out and get one. But if it is, if you're looking at coming up right on the 5 years, yeah, you probably should think about it. But if not, you're good. It says replace Snell certified helmets routinely no later than 5 years after the first use. So the first time you put it on your head, the clock starts ticking. So if you're in doubt, or you've smacked it, or you want to know more, or what can I clean it with, or can I paint on it, or can I sand on it, all that stuff, or you have some questions on the SA 2015 standards, you can go to info@smfsammichaelfrank.org, or you can call 916-331-5073. So, and the new 2015, they're going to have the addition of the front restraint tether for the Hans device and other systems, low-velocity impact testing. They're going to do some side impact stuff, and that's so if you get hit on the side, more for cars, in the pillar area and that type of thing. So take heed. That's it's important stuff, and you don't want to skimp on it. You're going to spend a oodle on new parts for your race car. You might as well make sure you're safe doing it. Same thing goes with the your suits and belts. I know that Safety Clip has a deal where you can send your belts in and have them re-webbed or re-sewn, and they get recertified for that. So you can go to safetyquip.com and check that out for more. They've got a cool thing on there that tells all about how they do it. So that's pretty important. Let me see here. Took some other notes. Yes, they had the SFI. Like you buy a driving suit, you can get the lower one, which is 3.2 A1, and that'll give you 3 seconds of protection until you get a second-degree burn. So, but then it jumps up to, if you get to 3.2A/10, it gives you 19 seconds. So I don't know about you, but fire scares me, and I think I'm going to get the highest rated SFI protection as I can. That goes gloves too. There's an FIA as well, but you want to get the highest one you can possibly get. And then they've got all kinds of different stuff on the suits, the Nomex 3, and I mean, they've just got, just bundles of it. So make sure you're getting the top stuff. You don't want to skimp on that. They've got aramids which shrink and melt, so you want to think twice about those. They've got it's PowerVavTech, I think is what it is. PowerTech. It was made in the 60s. It's that kind of the shiny stuff that you remember. And they say it's pretty decent. Doesn't melt, that type of thing. So that might be something to look into. And shoes, 3.35. That gives you a ton. That's a little bit higher than the suits. And then drag racers. If you run the juniors, you'll definitely want to check out the new seatbelt deal that they've got. Simpson. You can go to simpsonraceproducts.com, and they've got a new bulletin out for the junior dragsters and stuff that says 16.1 is the accepted belt now, and it'll be stitched on your seatbelt. But the new one is 16.2. So if you're thinking about updating, make sure you do that. My deal is like this. If you got a 10-cent head, wear a 10-cent helmet. And that's about what it boils down to, for sure. All right, moving on. I'm going to tell you, coming up this weekend at the I-5 Quarter Midget Club is they've got a try a quarter midget day. And it is pretty darn slick that they allow, that they do that for you. So if you got any interest in getting into the quarter midgets, you can go to Elma and the I-5 Quarter Midget Club. They've got a good deal going on. And while I'm at it, my sponsor, Scott McDowell, is doing some cool stuff. He's got a cage cart, and he is going to be going around setting up displays, trying to get new blood involved. He's part of the Cascade Karting Association, and he wants to, promote this cage cart deal. They're going to have LO206s on it. I know some people are going to go, but the key here is we're wanting to get new people in. I mean, certainly those involved can run it still, and we'd encourage it. But if you think about it, some of the parents think it's safer. It's got the cage, it's got the belts, got the good seat in it. So he's doing the right thing. And those of you that don't think so, I think you're off a little bit. I mean, it's about the club. Obviously, clubs these days, we don't have tons and tons and tons of people where we can be saying, what are you doing? I mean, we need new blood, and we need juniors because there are none hardly anymore. So get behind him and support him, and if you can help him out, he's going to be paying this out of his own pocket, a lot of it. So, I mean, get out there and, stop in and help him or fill in or help, spread the word, talk to people about it. He's going to be going around. He's going to have a schedule. We're going to have him on the show here in a couple weeks, so he can tell you more about it once he gets squared away at the club. But I would encourage all the CKA members to support Scott McDowell in his efforts to do this. I mean, it's going to put ORV on the map. We're going to get some cage cart people, hopefully from Oregon, if this were to hook, and it's going to add to the car count. It's just, it's a good thing for everybody. So, Scott McDowell, you are the man, and really appreciate it. Coming up it looks like it is March 28th. I just saw this. I know it's a little bit far away, but it was just cool, and I like to help out those that are trying to, put on a new show and start a tradition. It's called the King of the Ring, and it's in Humansville, Missouri. I saw it in the Idaho Speedway Forum. So if you want to go there, you can find out a ton more information about it, and it's really it's going to be a cool thing. And if you can support it, that's super cool. I know they would love to have us on there. So let's for sure let's back this and back up the King of the Ring. So with that, we're getting close to time. I'm going to I hope I'm coming in loud and clear. I'm not sure. Something's going down here that. Give me a shout. There it is. Yeah, we good? Yeah, it looks like we're good there. Right on. Absolutely, Jason Gibb. Scott is great for the sport, and no doubt about it. That's pretty awesome. So, Scott Warning, I'm looking at this. He must be talking about something else. So, don't know. Joe Stackman. I know I guess Idaho is looking for UAS administrator, so I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything on that. I believe Mark Bergfeld would probably be the guy we'd want to talk to on that. They're doing some good things. The BK7 coming up, I was talking to the Rocket, who is the Washington administrator, and he, he's kind of an unsung hero. He does a lot of stuff that we don't think about. I mean, he's scheduling stuff, and he's, so he was doing a head count, and he said he thought there was going to be probably 30 here for the BK7. And is that our biggest? No, it's not, but it's still pretty good because only 14 are going to make it. So that means, 16 are going home. And if you're like me, I always love the final heat races and the LCQs. I going home brings out, some people say it's the worst, but it brings out the best in the race. And I'll tell you what, it's really, really cool. I'm looking forward to that. Got some cool stuff. Got some really cool stuff coming up for the BK7. It's going to be really awesome. Oh, Scott, I just was saying, you said something on there about something 1200, so I was just kind of curious. I wasn't sure what that was, but check Tim Lawrence. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. And so if you've got some questions, hit me up here. We got a few minutes before Molly comes. I got to take a short break to get this get my commercial in, so hang tight. I'll be right back.
Here. Over the road going from race to race, I get to see a lot of shops. And I love the way the folks at O'Hagan's Carts and Supplies help keep their customers rolling under the checkered flag. Great parts selection, awesome customer service, and a custom fab shop make O'Hagan's the racer's edge. So stop by today and see for yourself why O'Hagan's Carts and Supplies is the racer's edge. You can find them on Facebook, or you can call them at 209-201-1829 and tell them that Terry Bridges sent you.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome our guest, the lovely, good golly, Miss Molly Helmuth. Molly, how are you? Thanks for being on the show.
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. I'm fantastic.
Good. You sound like it.
Thank you. If you knew what I went through today to get here, it was kind of crazy. But, so first of all, Molly, tell us how you got started. I mean, just start from the beginning.
All right. Well, I was introduced to motorsports around the age of 3, where I would attend my uncle's races at Evergreen Speedway. And I just love the environment. The sounds of the motors, smell of gasoline, and, the fan.